Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on Benz button contactor. So I've made another one. I looked around to see what I could make this thing out of using common parts rather than that dictaphone push-to-talk button. And this is what I came up with. It is the knob off of a drawer. And I just went through the hardware in the garage to see what I had that I could use. And this is what I found. It's just a knob off a drawer, and as you see, it is heavy, and so I just opened the hole in the back slightly, tapped that shaft down into it, and this is powered by gravity. So put it on the rail, turn it on, and as you see, that works absolutely perfectly. No muss, no fuss, and it'll cost, I don't know, $2 maybe to make it. What I'm going to do tomorrow is go down to the hardware store and get a brass knob. And a small brass knob will be probably just as heavy as this is, and half this size, very likely. But anyway, the application is so simple and it works so well. It's really surprising that no one has thought of this before. It works. It works absolutely perfectly. So I'll put this back on the rail, and as you see, and the nice thing about it, of course, is it has almost no drag. Let me refocus this camera. As you see, virtually no drag at all, and it never loses contact. It runs flicker free, all powered by gravity. No springs, no screws, no adjustments, no nothing. This is just so simple to do. So I'll put this on the rail, turn the power off. I've got the locomotive in neutral. We'll push it around, and then we'll pull it around. So let's take this around. Whoops. My consist is disconnected here. All right, that's better. All right, we'll push it around and then we'll pull it around. So, the knob off a drawer. All gravity powered, no springs, no screws, no adjustments, nothing. It's just riding that center rail, and it works just absolutely perfectly. So I won't be building any more contactors out of hacksaw blades or brass strips. Obviously, this is the way to do it. It's inexpensive, it's simple, it's never going to break down, it's never going to wear out, it's virtually impossible to break, powered by gravity, and one of these knobs, a brass knob, will cost a couple of dollars, if that. As you see, it works just absolutely perfectly. All right, let's put this back on the consist, and we'll pull it around. But so far, this is run absolutely flicker-free in every application I've tried it. All right, we're back on the rail. So, locomotive is set to run forward. Here we go. And as you see, now this is crude in the extreme. You know, it's just a knob off a drawer. This is a lot bigger than it needs to be, but this is what I had, so this is what I used. Anyway, I do these experiments to try to figure out what to use to build this. And like I said, when I came across this knob, it was obvious. So tomorrow, I'll just go down and get a small brass drawer pull, put it on that shaft, and it will be complete. Nothing else to do. It's powered by gravity. It's really, really simple. It's never going to wear out. It's never going to break. It's easy to make. It'll cost $2, and it'll take you 10 minutes to install it. As you see, that works just perfectly, just absolutely flicker free, all the way around the rail. So I have solved the problem of powering a tin litho car. This works. Let's put the locomotive back in neutral so I can just power the track. And you can see how much this moves. Now, it doesn't need to move that much at all. Turn this on, and it actually only needs to move enough to touch the rail. So we're talking a 1/4 of an inch, perhaps, something like that. So the shaft can be really, really cut down. And as you see, about a 1/4 inch of movement is all that's required. Now, I put a drop of oil on it so it moves through that collar really simply. And it's just the knob off of a drawer. And this one's made of pot metal, so it's not even a great conductor. So like I said, tomorrow I'll go down to the hardware store, get a small brass drawer pull, put it on the shaft, and it will be complete. It will run absolutely perfectly, and the nice thing about it, of course, is it'll run the rest of your life. It's never going to break down, and it's never going to wear out. And it's about the most simple application that I have ever seen. And the nice thing about it, of course, is there's no adjustments involved. It's powered by gravity. And if it's heavy enough, the gravity will pull it down on that rail and just stick it there. And as you see, there's no flicker at all. Zero. Even if you just push it around the rail, there's no flicker. So anyway, I just want to do a follow-up video. So now I know how to build it. I'll just go down tomorrow and get a brass knob. Put it on that steel shaft, do a couple of fine adjustments, and like I said, it only has to move a 1/4 of an inch, which is about that much, as you see. It doesn't have to move very much at all. And like I said, it's never going to wear out. It's never going to break down. There's no way to break it unless you physically step on it. This will run the rest of my life. I have no doubt about that. And even as crude and simple as this is, it's running just absolutely perfectly. So anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. So now I know what to get at the hardware store. Let me turn the power off and run this around one more time. So Benz button contactor. And you just can't ask it to run any better than this. Whoops. Forgot the rest of the consist again. All right. Back on the rail. Set it to forward. We'll push it around one more time. So anyway, I will have this finished tomorrow night with its new brass button, and it will be complete. I'll put a shell on it and see how it runs. I may turn it into a caboose for now, because that's a simple application. And those sockets that I ordered will be here in another week or so. But as you see, this is really, really simple, and it works perfectly. Just made out of junk, out of the garage. You know, a simple knob off a drawer. And it works perfectly. And since that has a rounded surface, it can't snag or bump or thump on the joints where the sections of track come together. And as you see, it's flicker free all the way around the rail. It just runs perfectly. And it's so simple, one moving part, powered by gravity. Really difficult to beat that. Anyway, I'm excited about this. This opens lots of possibilities for lighting lots and lots of cars really simply, and you don't have to make anything. You just put that collar through a hole, and it's not even epoxied, it's just a friction fit into that hole. And you can see how crude this is, and yet it's still working absolutely perfectly. So tomorrow I'll get that brass knob, get it mounted, finalize the design, and it is up and running. Benz button contactor. It's simple, it's efficient, best of all, it's inexpensive, and it works. So I just want to do a follow-up video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.